Oh, no, 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 no. There we go. There we go. There we go. Hola, amigos. Why is this so red? Looks so red. Maybe if it's like that? I don't know. Whatever. Look like garbage anyway. Went for a workout and then I should probably shower before work, but I said, nah, I'm just gonna go to work. Bad. Well, maybe I shouldn't turn this down. I don't know. Is that better? I don't know. I just look weird today, don't I? I just look grubby. Maybe I am just a grub. Just a little slug. Just a little slug grub. I don't know if I should show that right off the bat, but it's first thing. Oh, Tumblr Ridge School Shooter. We're gonna talk about it. Red light district. Red light district, bro. Oh, man. So sad. This is the thing. I'm actually just upset. You know, usually these things happen and it's like, not that it's ever, you know, it just seems when it's so far away in America, you're sort of disassociated from it. But when it's literally in your province, in your nation, it just hits a little harder, you know? Like, not that I live super close to Tumbler Ridge, but like, these are my people, you know? So when you hear about, and it's also like, you hear about school shootings in America all the time, but it doesn't really happen a lot in Canada, you know? Anyway, so everybody's talking about, yes, it was a trans person, obviously, but what I want to talk about, really what I should do is, I need to make a fucking video on this. Although I need to start actually doing the videos, I'm literally just doing this, where I'm like, brainstorming a bunch of shit. Maybe I'll put that over here so it's not so bright. Oh, so you guys can see. Wait, what? Excuse me? Tumbler Ridge shooting. So my main 3 points are, you know, this is my outlook on my trans ideology, anti-trans ideology, transphobic and ideology. I am, phobic. Yep. I don't want to go too. Not transphobic. I don't think transphobic is a word. This is the thing. I think that can't think and type at the same time. I think that this kid was failed on multiple levels. But let's first talk about this trans ideology in its by itself, in its individuality, in its pure ideology of transness is ultimate degeneracy to a point where all other things don't matter, other than it becomes your whole life. How am I not following Bomb Bigot? It becomes your whole life, and their whole ideology gets attached to this identity that is delusional. For one, delusional, it's not real. It's physically impossible to change from a male to a female. And I think that if you think you can do that, you have a mental illness called body dysmorphia. It's a serious mental illness. Now, do I think that everybody who's trans has body dysmorphia? No. I think there are, if you took all the trans people, I think 0.1 or 2% of those people actually have body dysmorphia. And if you guys want to concede that there are a very, very small amount of people that actually genuinely have body dysmorphia and want to change genders, they believe they're born in the wrong body, whatever. That's a whole fucking other thing. It's still a mental illness, all right? It's a mental illness, whatever you want to cut it. Now, this kid, I don't think he, like a lot of other people, I don't think he actually wants to change his gender, to transition his gender. I think what happens is it's promoted through culture, values, school system, through the family. If this mother was literally emotionally abusing her child, forcing this ideology onto her child since the year of 13, this kid was put on SSRIs. It's documented that on Reddit, his Reddit account, he was doing tons of drugs, as far as like DMT, hard, literal psychonaut, or yes, he's basically a psychonaut. Psychonaut is somebody who does a lot of psychedelics. So he's a fucking psychonaut, underage psychonaut, doing DMT, these crazy fucking drugs. I think he even talks about lean or whatever it is, dextromethone, methone, I forget what it is. Anyway, this kid has some serious fucking mental health issues because his mom is forcing this ideology on him. So that is step one. I think as much as this kid is culpable for what has happened, I think the school system has failed him. His teachers have failed him. His mother has failed him. Nobody even talks about his father. I'm assuming it's a single mother. He shot his mother and his brother in their house before he went to the school and shot up 30 other people. 9 dead. Little girl fighting for her life. Say her name. Maya Edmonds, 12-year-old, fighting for her life. 34 victims of the trans gunman. Now, God.
Outside of the obvious, that is.
Show me the clip. Fucking hell, I hate this. Gets me fucking riled up. Listen to this. Listen to this. Fucking turn this fucking music off. Fucking hell. Listen to this bullshit. Listen to this absolute bullshit from our fucking CBC News. It is, Patrick, you're right. It's fucking tragic. Tragic. It's tragic, and it's sad, and it's horrific, but it is not surprising. It's not surprising. Nobody's shocked by this, that it was a trans person who went in. As soon as they fucking said it was a woman in a dress, we all fucking knew that it was not a woman. It's a man wearing a fucking dress, but our cucked little RCMP would never even say that. They're calling this person a gun person. Do you guys know that? It's a new word for you. Gun person. Not gunman. A fucking gun person. We're so socially fucking cucked by these fucking gender ideology roles that we have to say gun person. It sets me off. Just sets me off. It grinds my fucking gears. All right? It just does. It's just wrong. It's wrong. We're more concerned about this person's gender ideology than what the fuck he did. Okay? Listen to this moron.
That includes the deceased gun person.
Okay.
Look, even he looks away. He says, fuck, I didn't want to say that. Listen to this again.
That includes the deceased gun person.
Even he looks away like a little...
Okay. And then separately, do you know...
Oh, just why? Why is my country run by these morons? I don't understand. Now I want the music back. Now it's too quiet. No. Let's get something better. Let's get what's this? For this? Yeah, this is fine. Deal with this. I'm actually kind of just shocked. So I gotta... Trans people are mentally ill and should be treated I don't even want to type that out. I'm just gonna yap. We're just gonna yap this time, all right? We're just gonna yap. I'll write that later. I think step 1, we need to identify that trans ideology is a mental illness. That is step 1. I think I've already spoke to that. Why I think that you think that you can change your gender, you have a mental illness, and I think actually a lot of those people, if you said, you know, you're going to face consequences like you're not going to be able to buy a gun, or, you know, you're going to have to report your travel like you were a mentally ill patient, I think a lot of these trans people would be like, oh, you know what, I'm not actually trans, I'm actually just a cross-dresser. Nobody cares if you cross-dress, just don't fucking pretend you're a man, okay? Or a woman. Whatever it is, you know? Just ridiculous. So that's step 1. We need to identify that mentally ill people should be treated as mentally ill people, and then a lot of these trans people would no longer be trans, okay? Step 1. Step 2 is we need to identify that this kid was failed through the family, the nuclear family has failed him. His family has failed him. Not only that, they coerced him, brainwashed him, put him on multiple drugs, encouraged him to, participate and be abused in this fucking gender ideology, diabolical, disgusting scheme put on by his parents, and all for the sake of her own virtuous, retarded fucking thing where she thinks that her child is different and, more special because they're trans. It's fucking disgusting. It has nothing to do with the well-being of the kid. Come here. Come here. Bring it up here. It has nothing to do with the well-being of the kid. This is all for the well-being and the mentally ill delusions of the parents. Okay? I'm going to say that again. Transing your children has nothing to do with the well-being of your child. Your child has no comprehension of these things. They should have no understanding of these things. It is sick, twisted ideology forced onto these children by mentally ill parents who have this sick, twisted, delusional ideology, and they force it on their kids so that they can be virtuous to their friends and say, I have 2 trans kids, and they're different, and they're special, and look at how great of a person I am. Without realizing that they're actually just abusing their children. And not only that, they're perpetuating this to other families. This sick, twisted ideology where you need to be the most virtuous person. You need to be all for diversity. You have to say all the right things. This sick, they don't have any morals. They're just going with the flow of the zeitgeist in the moment. I keep forgetting the way this Asmongold explains this, but there's a whole group of people that they just do whatever the normie thing is to do. And the normie thing to do was be trans. That was the cool new fad, is trans and being hyper unrealistic and emotional about gender ideology and sex and confusing the two. It is sick. It's disgusting. Okay? So these parents should have their children taken away. Okay, if you trans your children before the age of 18, which I think at that point you have nothing to say about it, they can do whatever the fuck they want. But if you trans your kid before 18, you should, 1, be up for fucking jail time. 2, if they commit a crime, you should be an accomplice because you are perpetuating this fucking woman trans her kid so fucking much that he abused her kid so much that this kid was on SSRIs, doing fucking drugs like DMT at crazy fucking dosages, fucking dextromorphone. The kid was a fucking degenerate fucking drug addict who obviously had some serious mental health issues himself, and this woman tried to fucking trans him. Now, what happened first? Did he start getting trans and that's why he's so mentally ill, or did he have underlying mental illness and trans just accentuated it? Who the fuck knows? All I know is that mom is fucking culpable. She's just as culpable as that child for this. Even more so. He's just a kid. He's just a kid. He's just a kid, all right? And this mom is basically abusing him to the point of breaking. The point of breaking. On top of that, where's the father? So yes, the mother has failed it. Where's the father? How did you leave your family? I'm sure that you left your family because your wife's a fucking crackhead, or whatever the fuck she's doing. Fucking insane nutball ideological retard. But you leave your family. Your child has no father figure, no support structure to prevent these women from literally abusing him. This seems way too upbeat for what I'm speaking about. Give me something dark. No, this isn't dark. Give me something real dark. Okay, that's too dark. This is fine. Now I've lost my train of thought. Father. Yes, the father. He leaves his family, no father figure for this kid. His child is now left to the wolves, and the wolves are women. The wolves are white women who are ideologically brainwashed, culpable. I don't know another way to describe it other than brainwashed right now, but there's way better words to describe this. They are inundated. They are drowning in this ideology of ultra emotional suicidal emotionality. That's a terrible way to describe it. Emotional suicide. They would rather be seen as good people to all these other people, and that's why they say, I'm so liberal, I am so, progressive that I have 2 trans kids and I support all these BLM movements and all this shit. It's all performative fucking bullshit. Virtuous performatism. Performative virtuism. Whatever the fucking way you want to say it, all right? You know what I'm saying? And they do it and they abuse these children for their own sick, twisted beliefs. It's disgusting. And the father is basically emasculated, separated from his children. Often the courts will just separate them from the children because often these families get divorced. Father gets absolutely no time with these kids, so they're isolated. They isolate the father figure out of the family. They force these women to trans and abuse these children, and they destroy the nuclear family by doing it. Now, do you want to get into the really fucking sick part? Part of this ideology is to separate the mother from the child just as much as the father. Because if you can separate the parents from the children, you can control the children. You can control what they think, what they believe. And this happens to so many parents where they raise their kids all the way through elementary school. Their kids go off to college and they get completely indoctrinated, one shot by these fucking sick, twisted college professors. Well, I've seen it. I've sat in those college rooms, those fucking amphitheaters, and they are just as culpable, just as sick and twisted, diabolically invested into these liberal, hyper-liberal, disgusting ideologies, degeneracy, that promote shit like transgenderism. Everything is gay and liberal and diverse and just, you don't have a culture and it's just, where everybody is the same, all cultures are the same. It's just disgusting. And these kids go to these schools and come out indoctrinated in a year because they're forced to hear this. It's implicit and explicit. Explicit, if a kid was to speak out, they censor him, they remove him from the program. You get warnings on your school, on your transcripts and everything for speaking out against transgenderism. On top of that, our fucking teachers are still saying fucking land right acknowledgements before every class in all their emails. Every fucking school in the elementary school, get this, friends. I know I'm ranting. It's great. Every school in all of our elementary schools has at least 2 trans flags in the classroom. Every single classroom has a trans flag on the doorway that says, this is a safe space. Every single one. On top of that, there are more posters for diversity, inclusion, gender ideology, social what is it? What do they always say? Social cohesion, anti-identity, anti-racial identity. Except this is only for white people. There are more shit like that in every classroom than there are posters about science. They actively seek to discourage children from leading the Western classics. They are seeking to use the system to separate your children from the nuclear family for as many hours a day and inundate their life with this propaganda, which involves transgenderism, gay, I want to fucking say the F word, gay retardedness, basically diversity, and they basically beat these white children over the head with these ideas for fucking 10 hours a day for 16 years of your life you go to school? Dos Esperadas 101. What's up, man? I'm ranting. That's what's up. Welcome to the fucking show. All right. A recap. What we have is, put me up here. Put me in, coach. What we have is a mentally ill kid went up and shot his school because his mother and father failed him. His mother emotionally abused him, forced him to transition, forced all this stuff on him so bad that he was on SSRIs, doing drugs, like hardcore psychedelic drugs on the regular, doing ridiculous things. He went up and shot his school. Fucking killed, 10 people are dead, 25 injured. I think it's up to 32 are injured. I don't know if he killed himself or he was neutralized by police, but I hope he fucking suffered. Okay, I have no sympathy for him. The only sympathy I have for him is he's a 17-year-old. But at 17, I basically consider you an adult. As far as doing violent crime, you know what the fuck you're doing. You know what you're doing is wrong, and he probably shot himself in the fucking head like a coward. But his mother is the real culprit. His mother forced him. She's documented saying, I support trans. If you don't, like, you're a bigot and all this stuff online. It's there. You can see it. I'll probably go into it shortly. And on top of that, the school system failed him too. The school system fails him too. But do you know what? They didn't fail their goal. This is what they want. This is what the school system wants. They don't want kids coming up and shooting the school, but they want your children to be so fucked up that they so fucked up by the time they get out of education that nothing that the parents can say will affect this ideology. They're ingrained with this ideology. It becomes part of their identity. And it's purposeful. It's not coincidence. It's purposeful. I feel better. How you guys doing? I feel better. That's for sure. Oh, bothers me that I'm not the best orator. I tend to use the same words over and over. I don't have a great linguist or see, I can't even think of the word. What the fuck? Be respectful to a monster who went into school and murdered little kids. Fuck that person. Fuck anybody who says be respectful to this fucking kid. I'm not even gonna say his name. Fuck him. He started transitioning at 15. I heard is even lower at 13. And heavy SSRIs. How do I stop comparing myself to fictional characters? Pre-HRT, I've been viewing a lot of anime-related content recently. I was never into it before. These characters are always so cute. Like, it's just everything. It's not... You were holding that in? Yeah. Thank you. I know. I was holding that in. I didn't stream last night. So I was just thinking about it. He's on Sertaline. 280 milligrams, which is a pretty high fucking dosage, that's for sure. Wokeism kills. Yeah, it's just... This is the thing. This is what really sets me off, is I've been talking about trans and how it's mental illness for, I don't know, 5 years? Because this is the thing. When you have beliefs that are grounded in Christian values, you realize what degeneracy really is. When you have Christian values and your world is based on Christian values, the 10 fucking commandments and everything in the Bible, you realize what is needed to have a good family. The Bible tells you it's a playbook. Have a good life, a good family. Do you know what God says about men dressing as women and women dressing as men? It's not very good. I'll say that. Comparing myself to fictional characters, body shape and fluff, basically, what is that? Bestiality, and this is the thing. How is this mentally ill person? How are the RCMP not looking into this mentally ill person on SSRIs who he's going to the shooting range? He obviously has rifles and shit at home. How has every one of our systems failed? The family failed. The first line of defense, his father failed. His father failed him. His mother is demented and abused him. The school system, his teachers promoted this. They're culpable. They want this. They want your children to be on SSRIs, don't know their identity. They want to be gender fluid. They should have seen this coming. Everybody, I'm sure, was aware this kid was going through some fucked up things. How is he 15 or 17 on heavy SSRIs? All right, that's not normal. That's not normal. And they just allow it to continue. Not only that, the RCMP should be monitoring all of his accounts. If you look at his Reddit account, it's fucked up. You take one look at his Reddit account and you can say, that's a person of interest. Now, I don't know why Canada, the RCMP, has zero online understanding or presence Like, I think they just don't give a fuck. I think they just don't give a fuck. I think police just say, well, whatever, nothing happened. You know, we can't just single out these trans people because they're trans. As being trans at 17 or whatever it is, 15, 13, whatever you want to say it, that is a fucking indicator of mental illness. There's no other way to say it. It's he's basically on Reddit begging for somebody to help him. And our fucking system failed him time after time after time, where this fucking retard went up and shot his mom, his abuser. Note that. He shot his abuser and his brother. I'm sure he just shot his brother because that's what people do when they do family suit, or what is that called? Patricide or whatever. They killed their whole family because it's... I'm sure that he's going to say because he didn't want his brother to suffer. That's what they always say. It's fucked up. And so he kills his abuser and his brother, and then he proceeds to go to the school and shoot up the school. And I guarantee you, our government's going to come out with some bullshit about, oh, this is why we need gun buybacks and all this shit. Apparently he just went in with a rifle. Hunting rifle is what I saw. Oh. This is also something I hate. Once again, I hate to say I told you so. Yeah. It's true, like, this is the thing. I don't want to say I fucking told you so, because it's just like, it doesn't matter. But what the fuck, man? Like, we all knew that this was coming. Shut the fuck up. He cried.
Parents, grandparents, sisters, brothers in Tumbler Ridge will wake up without someone they love. The nation mourns with you. Canada stands by you.
Okay. I mean, that's not too bad. He's just emotional. That's fair. I thought he went in and he started sobbing. But this is the thing. This is also the thing. I don't want to be the crying, our thoughts are with you. I want to be fucking malicious. Militant and malicious. I want to fucking rout these people out. I want to fucking bring them to their fucking deserved place, which is the asylum, and fucking lock them up. Lock that fucking mother up. Don't give me this fucking where prayers and thoughts are with you every goddamn time this happens. Your prayers and thoughts mean fuck all, Mark Carney. Where the fuck is the accountability for this shit? Where is the dismantling of our fucking corrupt education system, which is inundated with this diabolical, disgusting ideology? Where are the teachers that sat in that room? Go look in that teacher's room. I fucking guarantee you there's 3 trans flags in that fucking teacher's room. Because in every school across BC there is. They're forced to go through these fucking workshops where they're indoctrinated with this belief, and every teacher is on board. I almost guarantee that there's at our school here in town, they're probably flying the trans flag today. These sick fucking people. And I don't want to say it's all women, but it's mostly fucking women. Okay? It's mostly women doing this. Women are voting for this. Women are the teachers who are indoctrinating your kids with this. There are a few weak, emasculated men that go along to get along. Happy life, happy wife, happy life, whatever. Pathetic, weak men. But they all do this to your kids, and there's very few that say anything because you will lose your career. And then this shit happens, and people are surprised. I fucking hate these people. They are your enemy. They want to see your kids dead. They want to see your kids on anxiety meds. They want to see your family destroyed. They hate you. These people hate you. I can't stress enough. They hate you. They hate who you are. They want to take everything away from you, and they would happily watch you get shot in the fucking head, and they would go fucking Charlie Kirk celebrate about it. They're sick. They're demented, and I hate them. They make me sick. And these weak-minded people that I'm seeing on the post, oh, you know, don't blame it on trans people. It's not all trans people. Nobody's saying all trans people are doing this, but it sure seems like a fucking lot of them are. Huh? These people are not mentally well. And they're promoted, and they're told that they're so important and that they believe in all this stuff. Talking yesterday about the fucking drag shows. You know, these women are going to these drag shows and they're eating brunch while some guy dressed in a fucking dress is showing his cock off in this little fucking tighty-whitey panties that he's wearing. And these women, these sick fucking women, are sitting there and eating lunch around them. And then they bring them over to these drag shows. They bring their children. Oh, all ages drag shows. Fuck you. You sick motherfuckers. When these women, women, I just beg of you, stop this. Stop this. I implore you. Please, please. Choose your own people. Restore the nuclear family. Save our children. Save our community. Save our nation. It all depends on women. If women can't realize what they're doing to our own people, we're fucked. Because white men are just completely cucked. White men won't even stand up when they're being fucking invaded. We won't even acknowledge that we're being invaded. People in Canada are still saying fucking land acknowledgements. Men in positions of power are still saying fucking land acknowledgements in the year of our Lord 2026. All right, I think I'm done now. I think I'm done. I won't promise, but I think I'm done now. Oh. This is actually probably true. Podcast panelist calls MP Jamil Javani too unattractive for politics success. It's kind of true. This is the thing. This is what really sets me off is I don't want to say anything about this woman, but I almost guarantee that if you said what caused this to happen, she would say trans people being bullied. While her child was shot by some fucking demented freak, and she doesn't even have the balls to acknowledge what happened. Now, I shouldn't say that. Maybe she does. Poor mother. I can't even comprehend what she's going through. But it's just women like that watch this shit happen and then they vote for it again. It's just I don't even know what you say about this. Oh, I gotta share that. Christ first cold. Owie Ozy. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the rant. Welcome to the cathartic yelling match. Howdy, howdy. Howdy. Fucking sad, man. I can't even. I just can't even. True, brothers. The rarest phenotype on Earth. Blonde hair, green eyes, perfect symmetry. We must protect it at all costs. See, men used to go to war for women like this. Now women are literally killing themselves. Yeah. 100%. Love being at school before he's murdered in cold blood. Jesus. Abel Mwanza. Remigration would have saved his life. True, brother. If we didn't migrate here, you would never get shot. Abel Mwanza. Yeah. Deeply disturbed 17-year-old drowning in untreated gender dysmorphia, pumped with cross-sex hormones, starting at 15. Hormones that flood a still developing adolescent brain with synthetic testosterone and estrogen, radically altering mood regulation, impulse control, and emotional stability. And medicated with high dosages of SSRIs known to carry black box warning for suicidal ideation and agitation in teens. This is not healthcare. That's chemical warfare on a vulnerable psyche. Fucked up. Just Europe for Europeans. Hell yeah. Should have listened. Yeah, if you're horrified by the Tumbler Ridge shooting, but you still have pronouns in your bio, go fuck yourself. You think we need to give confused children rage-inducing cross-sex hormones, go fuck yourself. You think the shooter was a woman in a dress, go fuck yourself. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Gun person has never been used until today. Whoa, what? This is Laura Loomer? Okay, let's calm down. Who is Carrie Prejean? I don't know who that is. Cool. Oh, let's see what fucking Rachel Gilmore has to say. You fucking ghouls out here laying hate onto the tragedy for your own disgusting political purposes. The shooter's gender identity doesn't fucking matter. It only matters to sick fucks trying to exploit a mass tragedy to drive an agenda of hate that will kill more kids. Monsters, all of you. Standing with and sending love to the trans community today. You don't deserve any of this. You deserve so much better. I'm so fucking sorry. Fuck you. That's what I call feed? You like that feed? Back to it. Oops. Yeah, that's an unreal poll. I don't even follow this. I don't even follow it. Daughter of the King. I know Emily though. Emily Saves America. Do I have anything else that's cool? No. My feed's not that cool. Twitter just realizes I'm a 30-year-old man. And they say, here, look at women. Look at all these women. Don't pay attention to everything going on. Just women. Basically what it is. We have to crush trans ideology forever. We do. You're not a conservative. This Mark Slapinski needs to be slapped in the noggin. Little Slapinski against the noggin. Not that I condone violence. Don't actually do that. I just think he needs to give himself a little slap on the noggin. Give his head a little shake, you know? I agree with Greg Wycliffe. This is a perfect opportunity for Pierre and conservatives. Okay. Everybody relax. Perfect opportunity for Pierre and the conservatives to affirm that there are only two sexes and that we shouldn't push delusional ways of thinking onto children because it leads to tragedies like the Tumbler Ridge shooting. Time to appeal 6-4. Retweet if you agree. Did I say 6-4? 6-7? Time to appeal C4. True. Just scroll on X while streaming. You play some game soup. Yeah, I do. I do play some gameage. Not gonna do World today. Played Baldur's Gate recently. I did Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. But I really do you know what I use this channel for now is just cathartic yapping. And it's, do you know what? It's probably terrible for my algorithm views because what happens is I get shadow banned, but because nobody actually cares. But I say things, even my title today, they're gonna suppress that. But I don't care because I just need to yap. So, but what happens is that when I do play games, they do promote it. So what I should really do is I should just make another channel that is all about yapping. And I should have this channel for gaming. And I might do that in the future. A Yapster. Yeah. I think what I ideally... Okay. I'm going to be real about that. The reason I stream on this channel is because I'm multi-streaming. And I'm only paying for one account to multi-stream. So I would like to yap and stream, which means I have to do it on this account. But in the future... maybe I'll just yap on a different YouTube account or Twitch account, whatever. And then keep this one for gaming streams. That's in the future. That's long term. I did say I was yapping for an hour and I have about 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. Not even, I think 1 minute. Gun person. Just... so fucking sad, man. Just a little girl, like fucking hell, man. Why do we shoot up schools? Like, we just talked about that. Why do I can do anything, I know. It's just if I was thinking about you know, doing the best for the brand. That's why if you see a lot of live streamers who sorry. If you see a lot of like Twitch streamers, they stay on Twitch, and if they go to another channel on YouTube, it's like specific for that. Or, what's another good example? Oh, how YouTubers will have like their main account, and then they'll have like live stream. That'll be like, good example is Luke Stevens. Luke Stevens has his Luke Stevens like gaming reviews and everything, and then he has his Luke Stevens live. So, I do have a second channel. But I don't really post on it or do it. I really should. So. I really should. I should focus. I'm just very unfocused with this. I kind of just like to come on and yap and chill. You know? America thing. America. USA. USA. You know, it's funny is I got a big American flag for Christmas. I don't know why. I'm Canadian, but they bought me an American flag because I like America. But it's so fucking big. If I put it back there, it would just be the whole wall. And I don't really want that. I should have showered. I look like grub. That's fine. Nobody cares at work, so. All right, my friends. Al Ozzy. Patrick, I always appreciate you coming by. Dos Esperadas. Welcome, man. Haha, yeah. I appreciate you guys all for coming by. I got to get my lunch together, let my dogs out, and then I got to get off to work. To be honest. But I'll be back in 9 hours. I'll be back streaming at midnight tonight. So what is that? 8 hours ish. Thanks, Patrick. You too. Thanks for listening to me rant, man. I appreciate that. I apologize for the vulgarity, the yelling, but I feel better. So thanks, man. You too. Have a wonderful day, folks. We will see you in the next time. You're gonna end now? Yeah, I apologize, Al. Yeah, I only am able to stream for an hour before I gotta go to work. I wish I could just sit here, but unfortunately I have 4 people watching, so I got to go to work. Active on X? Yeah, I should make an Instagram, but no, only active on X right now for this account. Yeah, active on X. I should make an Instagram. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Make a little channel Instagram. That's a good idea. Thanks for the idea. Follow me on X, though. You can send me anything you want me to look at on there. Yeah. Discord? No, I don't want to fucking age verify now. I think I do have Discord, but I haven't logged on in months, bro. And I'm never on. I'm not active on Discord, so it's no point. I find that if I give my Discord out, it's just to people who want to sell me their graphics designs. So, yeah. Anyway, I gotta go. Bye-bye.